Turbo Trading with head trader Robert Knight, MBA.
I wanted to talk about this QNGY trade today, and the reason that you have to be very careful trading this thing, because we can see it really got flushed a couple of times there. So initially, it came from $1.23 last night, and it was up strong in the pre-market, and then boom, it took off, got halted, and then went up again. It did flag and got into this trading range between 320 and 390. I think I said, yeah, 390 and 320 is what I wrote. So one of the things you have to recognize that when it got up to this 380.90 level, it was up 200% already on the day. So, I mean, that's the easy money's been made on this trade. There's a lot of, and so there's a lot of sellers, people who bought it, doubled their money, tripled their money. And the short sellers, of course, are coming into this thing as well, because it has moved up so much. And it has, let me just check QNGY, 6.3 million share float. So it's a fairly tight float, but that's still lots of stock around for this thing to get shorted. So it gets into this big, it popped out and it did trade to 4.5, and then it flags in here. And you don't know which way it's going to go, but the volume is drying up. It popped and then flags in here, and look at the volume drying up. And you need volume to get going, and it doesn't. So then all of a sudden everybody panics. Now, don't forget, if the chat rooms or market makers have been trading this, they may have accumulated in here, popped it, and then shorting the stock in here, and then if they have a long position, they whack it. And that everybody panics and off it comes. And they're down there at the support level to buy it at 3.25. So it drops a full buck in seconds. You can't get out of it. And then it continues just to drift off. But look at this, it starts to come back again, gets up, double tops. Same thing. The volume is drying up here. And boom, they whack it. So these are, in these tiny stocks like this, when they've moved this much, and I wrote that when we first started trading it, that it was up a couple 100% already, so be careful. So the easy money's made from 150 to 4. You buy it at 3.25 or 320, you could trade it to 375, maybe with some confidence. But anything over that there's a lot of risk involved. The risk reward isn't there. Over 390, say 4, you could go to 50, you could go 50 cents, but you could lose 70 cents to the downside. So that's not a good risk reward type trade. You're looking for 2 and 3 times at least. So when this breaks out over 4, the downside is 7. So you need at least $1.40. So that's 5.40 or 6 for the risk reward to make this worth trading. And so always things to keep in the back of your mind. When stocks have had a big move, they're up 200%. They fail to go, the volume dries up, and then kaboom, off it comes. And they did it again here. This wasn't quite as severe, but it's a little later in the day, so there could have been more short players in it. So when it did sell off, there was more people who had to cover their short, so it didn't drop as dramatically.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Reach new levels of trading proficiency. Become a member at turbotrading.biz.